Well, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage ServiceNation convener and Be the Change CEO and founder, the irrepressible Alan Khazei.
We believe in the ideals that define America: liberty, equality, and justice for all. We believe the idea of America is ennobled, and the future of America is strengthened when Americans come together to serve our country. We believe there is no challenge that cannot be met with the energy, creativity, and determination of the American people. We believe all individuals can make a difference, and anyone can be great, because anyone can serve. If you share the beliefs that I just talked about, please stand. And if you can't stand, please raise your hand. Thank you. Clearly, we are ready to serve. And I know I'm preaching to the choir, but we are here today because we need to grow the choir. 84% of our people believe that our nation is on the wrong track. 3/4 of Americans believe that we have a leadership crisis. 69% of Americans believe the signers of the Declaration of Independence would be disappointed by the way the nation they founded has turned out. But what gives us hope is that despite all of these concerns, 96% of our people are proud to be Americans. And 2/3 of our people are optimistic about America's future. They have not given up on our potential. They want to reclaim the America we love. The America that for most of our history has been that shining city on a hill. The America that welcomes your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free. The America that is always best when we live up to our revolutionary spirit and our revolutionary ideals. A nation of the people, by the people, for the people, needs the people from every walk of life and every sector and every stage of life to serve. To educate our children, to preserve our environment, to fight poverty and create opportunity, to respond to disasters like Hurricane Ike that threatens our fellow citizens in Texas, to restore American leadership in the world, to put our country back on the right track. And that, at its heart, is what ServiceNation is all about. It is sharing our belief that we need to become a nation where service is a defining ethic, that we need to call on our greatest natural resource, our citizens, ourselves, to address our most pressing social challenges. And each of us needs to fully embrace what President Harry Truman said was the highest office in the land, that of citizen. And if we do, we can restore the America we love, and we can put ourselves back on that timeless journey to a more perfect union. This has already been a historic summit. We have heard the next President of the United States fully embrace our movement. We have heard from 3 presidents and a First Lady who over the past 20 years have built a strong bipartisan foundation for service. We have heard from our nation's highest-ranking military leader about the true meaning of patriotism and civic duty. And we have heard from 2 veteran legislators who have reached across the partisan divide to craft bold, new, comprehensive, bipartisan legislation designed to take this movement to scale. And we're only halfway through this summit, and we still have more than 50 speakers to go. But even all that is not enough for us to realize our dream of a true service nation. At the end of the day, it is up to us and our fellow citizens that we reach and represent. Because all great change in this country has come from bold citizen movements combined with visionary political leadership. It was the citizen soldiers who put down their pitchforks and picked up their muskets that made the vision of the founders possible. It was the abolitionists and the Underground Railroad leaders and the hundreds of thousands who shed untold blood that made the Emancipation Proclamation of Lincoln possible. It was the suffragists who forced Wilson to finally embrace the 19th Amendment and grant women the right to vote. It was the students who rode the Freedom Rides, sat in at lunch counters, and marched on Washington that inspired Kennedy and Johnson to embrace civil rights as the moral issue of our times. And it will be up to us and the 100 million Americans that we reach to transform our country into a fully realized service nation. We are clearly at a tipping point for the idea of national service, an idea whose time has finally come. But our work is not ending with this summit. It is just beginning. When I think of our movement, I think of the words of Winston Churchill. Now is not the end. It is not even the beginning of the end, but perhaps it is the end of the beginning. That's true. There have been other attempts to instill a deep ethic of national service in our country. Other times when we have tried to capture the spirit of rugged idealism that founded our nation and has built it every step of the way, only to have the moment slip away. National service at its best is a statement of who we are as a people. It speaks to our aspirations to unite, to create, to do great things together. So we need to seize this moment. We need to take the inspiration, the energy, the idealism that we all feel here at this summit and have it reverberate throughout our country. We need to commit to our declaration of service and encourage everyone we know to sign it until we get 1 million signatures or more to say we are ready to serve. We need to use the Service Nation Day of Action on September 27th and the more than 2,300 events that are already scheduled in all 50 states to invite tens of thousands more to join us. As Gandhi taught, we all need to be the change we seek in the world. I'd like to conclude with an old Sufi teaching story that goes like this. A holy man was sitting by the side of the road, praying under a tree. And by, along came a homeless child and an isolated man with severe disabilities, and then a woman who had been robbed and badly beaten. And the holy man looked up to the sky and he cried out, "Great God, how can a loving creator see such things and yet do nothing about them?" And out of the long silence, God replied, "I did do something. I made you." Well, I am certainly glad that God made each and every one of you. It is an incredible privilege and a blessing and joy in my life to call you colleagues and friends. And I have no doubt that with your leadership and your vision and your energy and dedication, we will realize our dream of a service nation. Thank you all very much.